Hey everybody, Wisdom here. Sunday, October 27, 2013, just after midnight. Still technically Saturday night to me. That said, I have finally, this afternoon, gotten caught up. I've gotten all the pictures, the information. Didn't get to go through and do my detailed character, bio and whatnot. A lot of it's just in part because they're new landers. I'm still going to go ahead and kind of foreshadow what I was looking forward to. Might go back and do that. Just at this point in time, I'm trying to attempt to get caught up on the unboxing so I can actually enjoy the new game. That said, if you recall where we left off, we've taken care of all the Swap Force characters, all the legendaries, all the special characters out now, and we have knocked out most recently all of the single pack new landers. Had a couple people ask me today, when the triple packs were coming out, triple packs 3 and 4. Big draw to one of them is Starstrike, big draw to the other one is Scorp. Theoretically, they exist. It's just one of those deals we never seem to see the triple packs in line with the character singles. Again, I think that's just because they want you to purchase a single pack as opposed to the triple pack and save a little money. Even with Giants, there's some of like the tail end of the triple packs that took forever to surface. Basically, I mean, if you really want to do it, hold out, you want all 3 of the characters, but you want to save a few bucks, I mean, it's well worth it. It's going to be a deal that's going to test your patience ultimately. You either want to play as Starstrike right now, or it's not a big deal and you'd rather save the money. The good news is there's so many characters already released for Swap Force that are brand new. There's really no need to rush out and get anything. And on the flip side, if you're limited on a budget and you really want that triple pack or something with Scorp in it, just keep in mind you can also come in and play all your previously existing characters in Swap Force. But where we're to now, we're basically ready to unbox our Series 2 characters. Series 2s, of course, for the most part, going to be characters, that were in Giants and they've been reposed. That would be Blizzard Chill, Super Gulp Pop Fizz, Heavy Duty Sprocket. Coming up, we're going to have Turbo Jet Vac, who I think is going to look pretty sweet. And then there is the Freak Incidents, where we have some of the SSA Castaways. If you watch anything I do, I'm a huge fan of the Castaways. That's your Warnado, Dino Ring, Ghost Roaster, Voodoo, Whamshell, all those guys. Issue we've already seen with Warnado, you can kind of make out right there by Ghost Roaster. He is back, but it's technically not a Series 2 pose because it's Light Core. If you recall, one of the things I griped about that he was Light Core, my biggest complaint is that the Light Core characters don't have a WoW Pal. Had Warnado have been considered a Series 2 as opposed to Light Core, he would have in fact had a WoW Pal. That's going to be the case with Camo. When Camo surfaces, he will actually be a Series 2 Skylander. So against Whamshell and Warnado, who are back in Swap Force but as Light Core, Camo will have a WoW Pal, those two won't. That said, they do have the Flash Bomb, and they light up, so take it for what you will. That said, we're going to go ahead and get started here with the Series 2. Figure cool way to get it started. Did not plan on that until I realized it was pretty clever after I said it, is to go ahead and get started with the Blizzard Chill. Chill in our Castaways versus Newlanders hasn't exactly performed well. Fear not. Anchors away, Gilgrunt filled in the void there. The goal is to have all of that gone, by the way. And that means I'm caught up right now. The only character not in the frame, sitting to the other end of the pool table, is Bombs Away Trigger Happy. His pose is growing on me. Series 2 Blizzard Chill, I learned of her at Power A's E3 booth. I have to say, I realize, some of the new landers from Giants are pretty popular. I think Chill kind of gets overlooked. A lot of people knock her because of Light Core, which was a little disappointing. That said, there's really not a whole lot you could do. I mean, unless you just made her have like a shield that was this thick or something, that would have been an option, kind of would have been neat now that I think about it. Particularly if you picture that. That shield, by the way, looks freaking sweet. It's got her face on it. You can't really see it in the packaging, but she is back in Series 2 form again. Learned of it at Power A. It's got the sidebar here that says Series 2. Again, when Camo surfaces, I promise you he will be Series 2, not Series 3. tried to stress that. There's still people that won't accept that, but it basically goes by the number of times a character's been reposed. Hence why Eruptor, Chop Chop, Mega Ram, Spiral, those guys are Series 3. They were there in SSA, Giants, and now in Swap Force. Camo, present in SSA, absent in Giants, back in Swap Force Series 2. Chill, first pose would be in Giants, reposed in Swap Force, so she's a Series 2. It makes sense to me. I really, at this point in time, I've emphasized it as much as I can on Twitter, the blog, the videos. I don't know what to tell you aside from the fact that it is what it is, and the packaging will tell you if there's any doubt. That said, I really liked Chill. I feel like for whatever reason, I realize Pop Fizz, Hot Dog, those characters insanely popular. Kind of feel like her and Jetvac, in my personal opinion, kind of lost in the shuffle. It might just be in the Castaways Newlanders neither perform super great because the competition's so stiff or something. But I really do like her. She's kind of got the slam bam thing going on in terms of her ice walls, which that's a huge thing for me. But what I really liked is that she can actually throw the javelins through the ice wall. Kind of something unique to her. Haven't seen anything else like it. Plus, she's kind of got the defensive end, akin to what you see with Chop Chop. So it took two unique elements, one from Slam Bam, one from Chop Chop, put them together in one character. Got an interesting backstory. She sounds good. She's kind of got the, European vibe going on with her accent. I just think she's a well-rounded character and a little bit underappreciated. So I was glad to see her come back. I know some people were, oh, chill. So, to me, she is a welcome addition. I think she's actually a really good water element Skylander. Anyway, in addition to that sidebar, these do, unlike the light core that we've unboxed, these will feature the full character art. I just happen to have Smolder Dash handy here. Again, note the absence of artwork and that angled edge. The Series 2, Series 3 Newlanders, they're all rounded and they're going to have the full character artwork. Coming down here, you'll note Series 2. I mean, it's designated for you all over the place, if there's any question about it. Water element logo, Blizzard Chill. Again, Series 2, Series 3, we're going to see some adjectives in front of the character names. I think that's to distinguish them not only by the pose and the base, but just in terms of the gameplay, it's going to add a little something to it. When you put them in the game, see their screen come up with a name. Her slogan, of course, very fittingly, stay cool. We're going to go ahead and flip her around right here. The character that we're going to see featured on the Series 2 and 3 packagings is actually going to be Ninja Stealth Elf from the starter pack. Here's Blizzard Chill in the game. Looks pretty good. It's a little different than last time. Maybe it's the HD, I don't know. Blizzard Chill Series 2 back and better than ever. New Wow Pow and increased level cap to 20. Alright, the featured characters LC, Star Strike, Lava Barf, Eruptor, Pummel Blast, and Slobbertooth. As you can see, Series 2 Chill, just like regular Chill, Light Core Chill, Legendary Light Core Chill, not compatible at all with SSA, can't play her. But, just like her counterparts from Giants, you can take this Chill, Series 2, and say that Swap Force is your first entry into Skylanders. You can take this Series 2 Chill, play her in Giants. So, big perk there. Anyway, that's pretty much all we can cover on that side of things. Let's go ahead and get this opened up. It'll be interesting to see how she actually, comes apart since she is a new. I doubt it changes the adhesive in her. But she was a launch day character. This one was sent out by Activision. Again, the backside, not as cool as the swappers, but nicely done. Again, if you want to save the packaging, it is doable. I'm not concerned with that. Very cool. This will make my life much easier. As you can see, this is not taped, so for me that is a good thing. It's actually probably good for people that keep the packaging too. I have to say, she looks way better just right here than I even knew she would look initially. But what I like to do, that's at that 45-degree angle, just break it down, come in, try to get my thumb. It's a little hard on Chill because the base is still thin, but I don't want to grab her by the javelin or the shield. I want to get her by the base and then work this plastic. Again, that's going to give us the best chance to not do something incredibly stupid or break something. She was in there pretty good. Be a little careful with her. She looks like an awesome repose, though, kind of reminiscent of Slam Bam Series 2 in Giants. Now, the tough part with these single packs, you got to bend this down, and then you want to get the card out without bending it, as well as your sticker sheet that has your web code. So what I like to do is just, I don't care about the plastic, I just want to try not, dement the card. So there we go. It is home free. She was relatively easy. Again, she was just really tucked in there. Let's go ahead and take a look at her sticker sheet. For all you storage people, I showed you the Power A stackable tackle box. That thing's already coming in handy. You can stick these on there to denote which characters are inside. That's what a lot of people like to do. Same with any storage case, poster, wall, bulletin board. I don't know what you're going to do with them, but you can stick them pretty much anywhere things should, or in some cases should not stick. She's got the name Blizzard Chill. Note the adjective is featured there, so if you want to be, real analytical and come in and position all your water elements together, or character by character, this works well for you. Below that is a QR code and a web code for the mobile games. Let's take a look at her stats. Power, 45 of 200. It's actually pretty sweet artwork as well. She's kind of an interesting character. But 45 of 200. Armor, 120 of 200. Agility, 50 of 200. Luck, 95 of 200. Let's add all that up, and we have 95 and 45 is going to be 140. 140 and 120 is 260, so 310 out of 800. That's essentially what we seem to have seen with almost every launch day Skylander, the base variety. So kind of interesting things went that way. We'll go ahead, we'll just go ahead and take a look at her. First thing I noticed, and again, I actually only noticed it when I turned the packaging around, that shield has a pretty dadgum accurate rendering of Chill herself. It's got some nice blue striping to kind of outline it. I think you'd be able to tell there was a face in it. It kind of mimics, what you see on her helmet and everything, but the blue piping really helps out there. And it looks good, too, coming off that clear translucent base. Note the blue accents there on her feet. She's got the armor cladding, not only on the lower leg, the shoes, the lower leg, right there at the waist. Same thing on the flip side. She's got nice armor. Again, check out that blue accent. Little subtle things that really make a nice difference. Her lips in this pose are blue. If you recall last year around launch day, whenever she came out, there's a purple lip chill people kind of went crazy for. Again, that's just one of those paint things. I've mentioned again, if you got Hothead early on, look at him, and then when you run to the store next time Skylander hunting, take a look at the current Hotheads, and you will notice that the colors on the current one are way more vibrant than they were now. Cassie's mentioned the same thing on Flashwing. I noticed it on Stump Smash and SSA. Just one of those little things. I've mentioned it before. The paint just sometimes changes, So, but I know there's a mad rush for that. It's really not that big a deal. It's mainly if you're just really into it, or you like having factory defects or something like that. So, that said, something that I didn't notice until I actually pulled her out in the plastic was how detailed this was. It looked really good. It seems a little not as sturdy as some of the other things, and then I noticed she's got the detail there on her helmet again, but it's done this time instead of like a silver or a painted. It's kind of that same translucent material as the shield and the javelin. Note on this cusp, I think you can see it there if the glare goes away. It's actually upside down, but that is the water element logo. That's a very cool touch. I think it would be positioned there, but the shield kind of blocks it. Backside, very impressive. It's a really nice, almost like a Pop Fizz blue. I guess on like whatever it is she's wearing, it's almost like some armored type shirt or something. I guess it's Under Armour for Skylanders. Pretty good detail on the helmet there, and overall I have to say this is a pretty dadgum sweet pose. We'll go ahead and take a look at her story. Again, her slogan, stay cool. Chill was the sworn guardian and personal protector of the Snow Queen. As captain of the Queen's Guard, her many heroic deeds had earned her the respect of the entire Ice Kingdom. But when the Cyclops army began to expand their empire into the northern realms, the Snow Queen was taken prisoner during her watch, and Chill has never forgiven herself for letting it happen. Ashamed and embarrassed, she left the Ice Kingdom behind and swore never to return until she could reclaim her honor. Now, as a member of the Skylanders, she remains courageous and strong while always on the lookout for the lost queen. Again, Ice Kingdom, that would be a killer chapter, killer adventure pack. Just opens up the door to all kinds of stuff. She's got her same basic powers, again, as a Newlander in Giants. We didn't have a Wow Pal. That's the big draw here, the repos and the Wow Pal. For some people, the level cap is a big deal. Me, not so. They could all be 10, for make my life easier if you actually collect them all and try to level them up. She starts out, she's got a javelin throw and then an ice wall. Essentially, her two paths, Ice Lancer path, it obviously upgrades the javelins. It gets to a point that they go into 3 pieces. Frozen Fury path is kind of the one that's more shield related. She actually winds up being able to bash with her shield, the ice blocks that she creates, her secondary attack. Her soul gem, if you recall, it was kind of like this giant whale would just, cascade across the screen. Her Wow Pow is called Orchestration. Hold attack 2 longer and many orcas appear inside the ice wall, then release to shatter the wall and launch orcas. So, essentially you press the old format, you would press the B button. I can't remember what it is on the gamepad, Y, X, A, B, one of those, But the old setup, if you're player 2 now on the Wii U or something, the B button, your secondary attack, you hold that ice wall down and, it kind of goes longer type thing. So if you actually hold that down now, it actually fills with orcas. And then apparently, you release and it shatters the wall and they fly out. So don't know what kind of damage it'll do. It sounds interesting. This is actually, in my opinion, a really good repose. I can show you what we started with here. We'll go ahead and begin with Chill. This is Series 1 Chill. She is a Skylander giant character. You can tell by the orange base. Got the javelin, got the shield. Same thing here. Both are bigger, both are better. Again, note the change on the helmet. This was like a blue metallic paint. Now it's the translucent material and a bit more detailed. So that is Chill in standard form. Then she had 2 more characters available in Giants. This is her light core pose. Really not a bad pose, it's just the light up was kind of disappointing. All that lights up is just right down there at the base of the water, or the ice in this case. Still, I think the detail is nice on that one. Just her and Drobot kind of really disappointed people on the light core. Take that exact same pose. A lot of people questioned, why this happened. It wasn't standard fare, but for whatever reason, Toys R Us last year teamed up and they released Legendary Light Core Chill. Exact same pose, exact same deal, slightly better stats, but she's blue and the navy blue and gold. So personally, it's just like Slam Bam's legendary version. This looks way better than she does in gold and navy blue, at least to me. Some people may prefer this, but she's one of those poses that just looks so good as is. You'd have to almost do like the ideal color scheme to counter that. But that is that. This is Series 2 Blizzard Chill. Again, pretty cool there. I had kind of thought maybe based on the name she was going to have like a Blizzard was going to be her Wow Pow. Like Mega Ram Spyro, that kind of ties in. Twin Blade ties in. Anchors away Gilligren. I was hoping, what I had actually hoped is that it was going to be kind of a little special deal. Like I thought maybe on the shield bash, her tertiary attack, I was thinking maybe if you held it long enough, or while holding the shield bash you press A or B or something, combination of buttons. I was hoping it would just kind of be like a gust of wind, like a cold north wind type thing, push enemies back, kind of hit them with snow. It's hard for me to explain it, but picture if my fingers are the wind coming, and then picture at the tip of them, snowballs, and this is a chompy bot or a troll. It just belts them, pushes them back, and then it allows Chill, to come in, throw her ice javelins, build a wall, whatever. That's what I had hoped for. The little orcas, I guess, make sense too. It's just kind of going to depend how much damage they do. But this is it. This is Series 2, Blizzard Chill. I think she looks great. I think this is a marked improvement from her standard pose, which I was a fan of to begin with. But question now is how that WoW Pal is going to perform, so that's what we will check out there. But that is it. Regular retail price $9.99, most locations $10.99. Toys R Us, always be on the lookout for sales. Stock thus far, I have never had trouble finding her. I do pay attention, even though I've got the characters. I try to keep tabs on who's hard to find, etc. So shouldn't have any trouble tracking her down. And again, you can get her in a triple pack as well. But that is that. Thank you for watching. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. Make sure you subscribe. I never know myself when I'm going to get to crank out this whole string of unboxings. So the best thing you can do if you want to see them, be the first to leave a comment, whatever, if you're trying to find a mistake or something I say wrong or stupid. Best way to do that is be subscribed. Whatever your intents may be, that'll take care of you. But as Chill would say, stay cool.